Acton Business Centre, Western London. You're looking at a warehouse unit off School Road. One unit has a sign, Puzzle Logistics Limited. Everything documented. Except what's happening inside isn't logistics, it's production. A hidden laboratory, equipment for pressing pills, containers of chemicals, boxes of counterfeit pharmaceuticals ready for distribution, sold through the dark web, paid for in cryptocurrency, posted across the United Kingdom. 3 men run this operation. A father, his son, their childhood friend. They've been operating for years, pressing pills that look like legitimate pharmaceuticals but contain different substances entirely, making millions, converting cryptocurrency to British pounds, running a sophisticated operation hidden behind a logistics company in an ordinary business park, until someone notices the pattern. The unusually high volume of online pharmaceutical sales, the suspicious activity that crosses international borders. What kind of logistics company operates with bags going in and empty bags coming out 10 minutes later? Alan Valentine, 63 years old, from Kynaston Wood, Harrow. His role? Organizer. The person who coordinates everything, who understands the production process, who knows how to press pills that look authentic, who manages the business side of a criminal pharmaceutical operation. In court, he'll claim he's a doctor, that he has pharmaceutical qualifications. These claims will require verification. Whether true or fabricated, they explain his knowledge of how to manufacture pills that can fool buyers into thinking they're getting legitimate medication. This isn't street-level dealing. This is production, manufacturing at scale, creating counterfeit pharmaceuticals that mimic brand-name medications. Xanax, diazepam, Valium, pills marked with Teva branding, everything designed to look legitimate. The operation requires technical knowledge, how to press pills, what fillers to use, how to create tablets that have the right appearance and weight. Alan provides that knowledge. Whether from actual pharmaceutical training or from research, he knows enough to make convincing fakes. But the substances inside aren't what the packaging suggests. Not alprazolam, not diazepam. Instead, dischloroetizolam, flubromazepam, bromazolam, flualprazolam, novel benzodiazepine analogs. Substances designed to produce similar effects but avoid certain legal classifications. Some of these compounds have never been seized in the United Kingdom before. They're cutting edge in the worst way. Untested, unpredictable, potentially dangerous in ways that traditional medications aren't. Alan isn't just making fake pills. He's creating new substances and selling them as established medications. Customers think they're buying Xanax. They're actually buying experimental compounds that may have never been properly tested for human consumption. The operation runs from Puzzle Logistics, the warehouse in Acton Business Centre, hidden laboratory, production equipment, chemical containers, everything needed for industrial-scale pharmaceutical counterfeiting. And Alan doesn't work alone. He brings in his son. How does a father recruit his son into a fake pharmaceutical operation? Roshan Valentine, 39 years old, Alan's son. The decision to involve family in criminal enterprise changes the nature of the operation. This isn't just business partners. This is a father bringing his son into illegal pharmaceutical manufacturing. We don't know when Roshan joined the operation, whether he was involved from the beginning when Puzzle Logistics was founded in September 2016, whether Alan recruited him later, whether Roshan understood the full scope of what they were doing when he started. What's clear, by the time Metropolitan Police identify the operation, Roshan is deeply involved, not peripherally, not casually. He's a co-organizer, working alongside his father, spending significant time at the warehouse, part of the core team running the production and distribution. Roshan's role complements Alan's. Together, they manage the operation, the production side, the quality control, making sure pills look authentic, making sure packaging convinces buyers. This is family business in the darkest sense. Father and son working together, not running a restaurant or a shop, running a counterfeit pharmaceutical laboratory, producing pills that contain untested substances, selling them as legitimate medication. The relationship adds complexity to the criminal enterprise. Family loyalty, shared financial interest, the dynamics of a father who involves his son in serious crime, a son who follows his father into illegal manufacturing. By 2022, when investigation begins, the operation is established. Routine. Alan and Roshan spend substantial time at Acton Business Centre, at Puzzle Logistics. in the warehouse that contains the hidden laboratory. They're not working alone. They have a third person, someone who handles the physical distribution, someone Alan and Roshan have known for years. How does a childhood friendship turn into participation in a fake pharmaceutical operation? Krunal Patel, 40 years old, childhood friend of the Valentine family. Patel's role is different from Alan's technical knowledge or Roshan's co-management. Patel handles the courier side, the physical movement of product, the connection between the Acton laboratory and customers across the United Kingdom. Childhood friendships create trust. Patel has known the Valentines for years. That history makes him reliable, someone Alan and Roshan can depend on, someone who won't talk, won't steal, won't compromise the operation. Patel's job? Collect the pills, package them, post them, keep the distribution network functioning. The operation works like this. Pills get produced in the Acton warehouse, get packaged, then Patel takes them, multiple parcels, different addresses across the UK, each one destined for a customer who ordered through dark web marketplaces, who paid in cryptocurrency, who expects their package to arrive in the mail. Patel doesn't just do this once. This is routine, regular, part of an established pattern that runs for months or years. And it's this pattern that eventually becomes visible to surveillance. What does a regular pattern look like? Here's what Metropolitan Police surveillance observes. Krunal Patel arrives at Acton Business Centre, enters the Puzzle Logistics warehouse, emerges carrying large bags, leaves the business park, returns 10 to 15 minutes later, without the bags. This happens repeatedly. Regularity, consistency, a pattern that surveillance teams document over time. Think about what this pattern means. Patel enters with nothing, leaves with large bags, returns empty-handed within 15 minutes. Where does he go in 10 to 15 minutes? Not far. Can't travel significant distance in that time frame. Somewhere local. Somewhere he can drop the bags and return quickly. Post office, drop boxes, pre-arranged collection points. Somewhere the bags can go into the postal system. Somewhere they can begin their journey to addresses across the United Kingdom. The bags contain parcels. Each parcel contains pills, fake Xanax, fake diazepam, fake Valium, pills marked with Teva branding, all counterfeit, all containing substances different from what customers expect. Each parcel is addressed, ready for posting. Patel just needs to get them into the system, drop them at collection points. Let Royal Mail handle the distribution. 10 to 15 minutes, again and again, week after week. The bags go out. Patel returns. The operation continues. This visible pattern becomes part of the evidence. Proof that Puzzle Logistics isn't actually doing logistics. Proof that something else is happening in that warehouse. Proof that Patel is moving product regularly. But the surveillance doesn't start randomly. Someone flags the operation first. Someone notices the unusual volume of pharmaceutical sales happening online. Someone makes a connection that triggers investigation. How many online sales does it take before someone in America notices a British operation? The DEA, United States Federal Law Enforcement Agency, headquartered in Arlington, Virginia, operating globally. The DEA monitors dark web pharmaceutical sales. This isn't casual observation. This is systematic tracking, sophisticated analysis of online marketplaces where illegal substances get sold, where vendors operate under assumed identities, where cryptocurrency provides supposed anonymity. But anonymity on the dark web isn't absolute. Patterns emerge. Transaction volumes, vendor ratings, customer reviews. The accumulated data creates profiles, shows which vendors are small-time dealers, which ones have production capabilities. Someone at the DEA notices something unusual. Online accounts selling pharmaceutical tablets in significant volumes, claiming to sell Xanax, diazepam, Valium, benzodiazepines with high demand, high street value. The volume isn't typical for individual resellers. This suggests access to supply, possibly production capabilities, the kind of operation that requires investigation. The sales appear connected to the United Kingdom based on shipping patterns, vendor statements, transaction timing. The DEA doesn't have jurisdiction in Britain, but they have partnerships, information sharing agreements, protocols for cross-border intelligence. The DEA passes information to British authorities, specifically to Metropolitan Police. The intelligence includes details about the dark web accounts, transaction patterns, estimated volumes, everything that triggered American attention. This is standard procedure in international enforcement. Agencies cooperate, share data, work together against operations that cross national boundaries. A pattern noticed in Washington gets investigated in London. January 2022. Metropolitan Police received the DEA intelligence package. The information gets assigned to the Cyber Crime Unit, not regular enforcement, cyber specialists, officers trained in digital investigation, people who understand blockchain analysis, who can track cryptocurrency, who operate in both digital and physical spaces. The Cybercrime Unit begins their work. This isn't immediate raids. This is methodical investigation, building cases that will survive court challenges, gathering evidence that prosecutors can use. They start with the dark web accounts flagged by DEA, begin monitoring sales, documenting transactions, recording which accounts are active, what they're selling, how they accept payment. Multiple accounts, all selling similar products, all claiming to ship from UK, all accepting Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, all posting parcels through British postal system. The cryptocurrency provides investigative threads. Every Bitcoin transaction gets recorded on the blockchain, public, permanent, traceable if you know how to analyze it. The Cybercrime Unit knows how. They track the cryptocurrency, follow it from customer payments to vendor wallets, watch it move through exchanges, monitor conversions from cryptocurrency to British pounds, identify bank accounts receiving the converted money. Financial patterns emerge, large volumes of cryptocurrency being converted to GBP, amounts consistent with substantial sales operation, money flowing into accounts that can be linked to real people with real addresses. Simultaneously, they work the physical side. The parcels have to come from somewhere, get posted somewhere. The dark web provides anonymity, but the postal system requires physical locations. They identify patterns in shipping, postmarks, collection locations, times when batches of parcels enter the system. This creates geographic focus, narrows down where the operation might be based. Investigation over weeks and months connects digital activity to physical location. Acton Business Centre, a warehouse unit. Puzzle Logistics Limited, a company founded in September 2016 with all the proper registrations. They begin physical surveillance, watching the warehouse, documenting who arrives and when, how long they stay, what they carry in and out. 3 individuals appear regularly, spending substantial time at location, arriving separately but with patterns suggesting coordinated activity. Alan Valentine, older man, arrives frequently, stays for hours, clearly has access and authority. Roshan Valentine, younger man, also frequent visitor, similar patterns to the older man. Investigation reveals family connection, father and son. Krunal Patel, third regular visitor, different pattern, shorter visits often. But here's what surveillance notices. Patel arrives at the warehouse, enters, emerges carrying large bags, leaves the business park, returns 10 to 15 minutes later without the bags. This happens repeatedly, too regularly to be coincidence, too consistent to be random. This is procedure, routine, part of operational workflow. The investigators recognize what they're seeing: collection and distribution. Patel is the courier, the bridge between production and postal system. He takes product in bags, drops it somewhere nearby, returns to warehouse. They don't intercept yet. They document, build evidence, show pattern over time, demonstrate this isn't one-time activity. This is systematic operation running week after week. The cryptocurrency analysis continues. They're tracking millions of pounds moving through the system, digital currency converted to British pounds, money flowing into accounts they've linked to the Valentines. By summer 2022, the case is comprehensive. They know who's involved, where the operation is based, how the distribution works, how much money is moving through the system. They have digital evidence, dark web account data, cryptocurrency transaction records, conversion records showing 3.5 million pounds moved from crypto to GBP. They have physical evidence from surveillance, the warehouse, the regular presence of Alan, Roshan, and Patel. The pattern of Patel's courier runs. They have financial evidence, bank accounts, money laundering on industrial scale. The decision is made, execute. Simultaneous arrest of all 3. Search warrant for the warehouse. Seize everything before anyone can destroy evidence or flee. August 17, 2022 approaches. The investigation that started with a DEA tip in January is ready to culminate. How many parcels can you prepare before someone intercepts them all at once? August 17, 2022, the day the operation ends. Metropolitan Police execute their plan. Arrest Krunal Patel near Acton Business Centre. He's carrying 15 parcels, all prepared for posting, all addressed to locations across the United Kingdom. The officers examine the parcels. Each one contains tablets, pills marked with Xanax branding, pills marked with Teva branding, counterfeit pharmaceuticals ready for distribution through the postal system. 15 parcels, 15 customers expecting their orders, 15 packages that will now become evidence instead of reaching their destinations. The same day, officers arrest Alan Valentine and Roshan Valentine, the father and son who organized the operation, who ran the production, who converted millions in cryptocurrency into British pounds. Officers execute a search warrant at the Acton warehouse, enter Puzzle Logistics Limited, discover what's really inside, a hidden laboratory, not sophisticated pharmaceutical-grade equipment, but sufficient for pressing tablets, for creating pills that look authentic enough to fool buyers online, equipment for tablet pressing, containers of chemical substances, the compounds that go into the fake pills, dischloroetizolam, flubromazepam, bromazolam, flualprazolam, novel substances, some never before seized in Britain, large quantities of finished pills, boxes ready for packaging, product prepared for distribution, evidence of industrial-scale counterfeit pharmaceutical production. The physical evidence combines with digital evidence, the dark web accounts, the cryptocurrency transactions, the conversion of digital currency to pounds sterling. The investigators have documented everything. 3 arrests, 1 warehouse, years of operation ending in a single day. The 3 men face charges: conspiracy to produce Class C substances, trademark violations, money laundering. But arrests aren't convictions. The case proceeds to court. When your son pleads guilty, but you fight the charges, what does the jury think? The prosecution presents 2 numbers: £2 million minimum illegal profit, 3.5 long pounds converted from cryptocurrency to British pounds, money now sitting in frozen bank accounts. February 10, 2023. Krunal Patel pleads guilty, admits conspiracy to produce Class C substances, admits trademark violations, admits money laundering. The same day, Roshan Valentine pleads guilty. Alan's son acknowledges his involvement, chooses not to fight. Alan Valentine pleads not guilty, insists on trial, claims in court that he's a doctor, that he has pharmaceutical qualifications. May 9, 2023. After trial, Alan Valentine is convicted. The evidence overcomes his defense: the dark web accounts, the cryptocurrency conversions, the laboratory in Acton. His son already pleaded guilty. His childhood friend already admitted involvement. Alan fought the charges alone and lost. Detective Constable Alex Hawkins describes the operation: sophisticated, large-scale, motivated by greed. The tablets contained unpredictable substances, novel compounds customers didn't expect. The risk to users was substantial. Detective Superintendent Helen Rance emphasizes the international cooperation, the DEA tip, the dark web tracking, the cryptocurrency analysis. Pharmaceutical companies Viatris and Teva UK assisted the investigation, helped prove the trademark violations. September 7, 2023. Isleworth Crown Court. Sentencing day. How many years does a fake pharmaceutical factory cost you? Thursday, September 7, 2023. Isleworth Crown Court. Alan Valentine, 63 years old, the father who organized it all, who built the operation, who converted millions in cryptocurrency, who claimed pharmaceutical expertise, who fought the charges and lost. 11 years imprisonment. Roshan Valentine, 39 years old, the son who worked alongside his father, who helped run the production, who spent years in the Acton warehouse, who pleaded guilty. 7 years imprisonment. Krunal Patel, 40 years old, the childhood friend, the courier who made the 10-minute runs, who carried 15 parcels on the day of his arrest, who pleaded guilty. 6 years imprisonment. 24 years combined.